I'm so excited for this. We are here with just an iconic girl that we have had in our lives since 2006. She's given us songs such as See You Again and The Climb that I lived by, and we had Party in the USA, Malibu, and now she's got a whole nother album called Plastic Hearts, full of more anthems to take over our life. So let's welcome Miley Cyrus. Hey, girl.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. We're pumped because we have seen you go through so many seasons of your life, right? Since 2006, we've seen you come with songs like See You Again to Party in the USA, We Can't Stop, Malibu. Now we have Plastic Hearts coming out. What is this genre like for you?
You know, a staple of, my live shows throughout my career and, life as a touring artist and usually even when I make appearances, a big staple to my set list is my covers. They've kind of become as much of a staple as my own original music. And I wondered what that was. That was just every chance I had really having me gravitate towards not just focusing on my own original music, but why did I keep making it so important that I share this music with my audience? Because a lot of the time, a song like Zombie or Heart of Glass or Jolene, I'm introducing to a whole new audience that may have not grown up on the same music that my parents had on rotation on the jukebox, or what inspired me when I was a teenager and like going through my more rebellious feelings of relating to Joan Jett lyrics or the Runaways or Pat Benatar. And so I was wondering, I guess, why they not only really related to me, why I was so connected with this music, but why they were so, they just really felt like my fans really appreciated it. And it felt like the public really also loved these renditions that I was doing. And so I guess I really wanted to just make original songs that I loved as much as the ones that I would cover. And that's really what the beginning of this kind of record making process was really kind of taking inventory of my favorite records and making my own and figuring out what it is about those songs that I love and making something that was reminiscent and had the qualities that they did that I loved, but reinventing them and adding my own customization of the storytelling of my life and somehow blending them all together. I think contradiction sometimes is a really kind of beautiful thing. So when you're taking records like, Blondie and giving them a melody that feels like it's more Dolly Parton, somehow ends up making something that's very me, because those are all ingredients that equate to who I am.
The title song of this album, of course, Plastic Hearts. Tell me what this is about and why it's the title track.
Where I live is kind of, I guess, being fake, in every meaning of the word, whether it's physically, whether it's, your public perception is kind of, there's something fake about it, and trying to thrive in authenticity and originality is sometimes a struggle. And again, I guess kind of same thing that Joan Jett would have said, or Debbie Harry. It's really being a trailblazer and breaking the rules. You're going to get in trouble and there's going to be consequences for it. And that's Plastic Hearts I wrote actually after a holiday party that I have every year with my friend's place, which is a homeless youth shelter in LA that Happy Hippie and I support. And I was really wondering, what's the difference between me and this homeless youth here? Because we actually have so much more in common than it would seem from the outside. It's like we're both here in Los Angeles just trying to make our dreams come true. And so I wanted to write a song that was kind of like my Lou Reed's Take a Walk on the Wild Side, which is kind of hiding the medicine in the candy. How do you write a song about homeless youth in the city that you live in with still making a song that people want to listen to, that make them feel good? Because it is, it can kind of feel discouraging and heavy, and then putting it on this beat that feels so bubbly and optimistic. I think, again, the contradiction of that makes for a really interesting song.
Absolutely. The title song, was this always the title, or were you trying to do WTF Do I Know?
Yeah. WTF Do I Know was my first choice, because a couple years ago, I had lost my house in a fire, and in Malibu, which also was such a staple era for me, I think. And so it was more than just, I guess being removed from my home in a geographical sense, but just, also it was such a part of my storytelling. And so when I was living in Malibu, I had started the process of writing a three, record series EP, the She Is series, which I only got through one of those before this devastating event occurred in my life. And along with my house, a lot of my journals, my records, my demos, my computers filled with these songs, were all destroyed. And even though they were on producers and collaborators, they all had this music, so the music wasn't really gone. It felt like nature was trying to do something that I couldn't do for myself.
I mean, I would hope people don't have to have their house burned down and lose all of their memories to have that happen.
Sometimes we just can't do it for ourselves. I actually find it to be beneficial now because one, I was in a really unique position where I was able to rebuild and move somewhere else that I could call home. And that's what makes that situation really unique to me. But I did feel like I needed that because I never would have made some of these choices that it really forced upon me. And so sometimes these things that we don't understand are what ends up really creating who we are. And I think every bit of sadness or heartbreak that I've ever experienced has ended up creating who's sitting here. And so then that makes it all worthwhile. So I think that that's really why I gravitated towards that. But Plastic Hearts just felt like in every sense, it was where I am right now, not just physically, but, lyrically and sonically, I feel like it really just embodies the rest of the project.
Well, I want to get into more of this because we want to hear as much as we can while we have time. So the next one is the first ballad of the album, right? What is it called?
This is called Angels Like You. And this song is a balance of kind of shamelessness and then also guilt, which I think is something that I'm torn between a lot of the times, feeling, so kind of concrete in my, I think so concrete in kind of my unapologetic attitude, but then again, feeling a lot of shame for that. And I think guilt is healthy, shame is not. So this song is kind of me being torn between that good versus evil, angel, devil on your shoulder contradiction.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.